Hello and welcome to Working Wednesday. My name is Jennifer Tenney and I'm coming to you live from the Center for Excellence in Disabilities at West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia. Thanks for joining me today. For the last 4 weeks, I have been talking to you, and hopefully some employers as well, about why hiring people with disabilities is advantageous to businesses and how to go about embracing inclusive strategies, creating inclusive cultures, recruiting and hiring, retention, and advancement of employees with disabilities in celebration of National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Some employers may have been watching and learning all about the strategies to hire a person with a disability and create a more inclusive workplace. While doing so, some employers may be watching and thinking, well, that's great for me to hire a person to fill my job that has a disability, but what's in it for me? Besides hiring an employee that is a good fit for your position and company, there are some tax breaks that companies can apply for when they hire people with disabilities. The IRS has established a work opportunity tax credit available to employers for hiring individuals from targeted groups, including vocational rehabilitation referrals, SSI recipients, veterans, ex-felons, summer youth employees, and SNAP or food stamps recipients. The goal of this credit is to create an incentive to having diversity in the workplace and facilitates access to good jobs for American workers. I was at a meeting yesterday for the Region 6 Workforce West Virginia partner meeting, and we learned that in our region there are more jobs than there are applicants. So certainly people with disabilities can find good jobs in West Virginia. Employers must obtain certification that an applicant or employee is a member of the targeted group before the employer can claim the tax credit. Employers can claim about $9,600 per employee in tax credits per year under the Work Opportunity Tax Credit Program. In addition, there is no set limit to the number of individuals an employer can hire in order to claim the tax credit. So the sky's the limit. The tax credit that employers can claim depends on a few factors. Number one, the specific target group of the individual hired. Number two, the wages paid to that individual during his or her first year of employment. And number three, the number of hours the individual has worked in their first year of employment. Generally, an employer can earn a tax credit equal to 25 to 40% of a new employee's first year wages, up to the maximum for any target group for which the employee belongs. Employers can earn 25% if the employee works at least 120 hours if in a temporary or seasonal position, and 40% if the employee works at least 400 hours. For-profit businesses of any size qualify. Let me say that again. For-profit businesses of any size qualify. So a single proprietor, self-employed person can hire anybody from any of those target groups and be eligible to receive the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. Nonprofit organizations qualify only for the veterans target group. If you're wondering how to go about applying for the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, employers should contact their state workforce agency for processing questions. In West Virginia, that is Workforce West Virginia, and their website is www.workforcewv.org. And that will be in the comments box underneath this video when the video is over. Our state workforce agency administers the certification process, as do all the state workforce agencies across the nation. In fiscal year 2018, nationally, over 2.2 million certifications were approved. Can you imagine how much money that would be in tax credits for over 2.2 million certifications? That's just an amazing number of tax credits simply for hiring the right person for the right job. You can also visit the Department of Labor's website for employment and training at www.doleta.gov/business/incentives/opptax, OPPTAX / for more information. Remember, hiring a person with a disability is not handing out charity. It is all about hiring the right person for the right job, and people with disabilities are right here to take those positions. People with disabilities are people first and bring all sorts of amazing abilities to the workplace. Don't be afraid to blaze new trails and consider people with disabilities who apply for your jobs. People with disabilities can work, want to work, and are right here, right now, to be hired. Thank you for joining me this month as we celebrated National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and for joining me today for another episode of Working Wednesday. Thanks for helping the Center and other disability organizations celebrate, and I ask that you tune in on November 13th, where I will continue to talk about employment services and supports for Social Security beneficiaries. Have a great day.